Hi, Sandra Wilson here to help you have a happier relationship in midlife. Now, our relationships, particularly with our significant other, are amongst the most important relationships we will ever have outside of our relationships with parents, caregivers. And they are not always straightforward and often an extension, or rather an expression, of what we believe we deserve, especially when it comes to the relationships we choose, maybe consciously or subconsciously. But I'm not going to get into all that now. What I wanted to talk to you about today is some of the underlying reasons why we might choose to be with somebody and it is not working out quite as you had hoped. And you might find that you've been with that person for quite a long time and you can't quite understand why you are still with them. You've never really found the courage or even the motivation to get out until perhaps you get what I call the cosmic boot, which means something happens that upends the relationship, turns it on its head, or maybe there's a great big, crisis, or you discover something about them, or they just drop a big curveball, and then you decide it's time to leave, that you've had enough. So why did you choose them in the first place? It's a good starting point. I mean, if you look back at the people you've chosen, the relationships you've had in the past, does there seem to be a common theme? For example, have you always chosen men, for example, who have been domineering or controlling? Have you always chosen men who are emotionally unavailable, that aren't able to give you what you need? Or maybe people who are commitment phobic, people who may have issues, mental health issues or addiction type issues. What is going on? If you can see a pattern, what's going on? Some of the most important factors, especially when you start to look at, with fresh, open eyes at your relationship history, is the life you led when you were very young and what was going on during your early childhood, for example, early adulthood. Maybe you have become accustomed to not feeling important, not feeling heard, or feeling that a certain type of relationship is normal when it's really not. So if somebody's taking from you, if they're attempting to control you, if you're having, to kind of hide parts of yourself, your authentic self, because you don't feel safe expressing those parts of yourself. I hope that makes sense. So if you are in an unhappy relationship and you are trying to determine whether it's a good idea to leave and you keep hitting a block, there's a lot of fear and indecision, but you just know that you are not where you should be. So there's a part of you that just knows that you have an innate right to be loved, to be desired. That part of you is being suppressed by another part of you who believes that you do not deserve those things. So you just keep on repeating, keep on making those choices of partner. And it is not healthy, it's not helpful. And you might recognise this in yourself. And if you think that you might need some help with making your decision, I don't just help couples, I help individual people, usually women. And part of having therapy is to help you examine your life through a fresh pair of eyes, a fresh perspective, looking at your strengths, maybe changing some of your core beliefs about what you think you deserve, and helping you to see life as being a little bit more within your control, your choices as being more within your control, so you don't just go on autopilot, choosing the same types of people again and again, and it is a habit, or rather, an underlying driver that you can change with help. So I hope that made sense for you today. I will be back with more content tomorrow. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comments, or give me a shout if you think I can help you. Bye for now.